Namaste, everyone. My name is Vaibhavi Haridas. I go by Vai Haridas, and I'm here to talk to you about Arva Yoga, wellness for mind, body, and soul. I'm the founder, president, and the teacher of Arva Yoga as we kick off this initiative in 2021. Today, I'm going to introduce you to who I am as a human being, what is my background that prompted me to start this initiative, and last but not least, who is this initiative for and how can you help move this forward as we go into 2021? So let's get started. Who am I? That's not an existential question as such. It's really a question about who is Vai Haridas as a human being. And in order to answer that question, I'm presenting to you three facets of my personality. Of course, everybody has a multitude of facets. But the first one that I want to talk to you about is the fact that I am an engineer by education, and I have lived outside of India for more than 15 years at this point in time. And I'm a technology leader in a pharma company today. All of the views that I'm expressing are my own and they do not represent my employer. This is an initiative that is my social project outside of my day job. So, my engineering and technology skill set essentially and hopefully explains to you that I am a STEM student and a STEM enthusiast. I'm also a travel and adventure enthusiast, whether it is swinging off of the edge of the world in Ecuador or jumping off of a bridge in New Zealand, doing bungee jumping, or climbing a very tall mountain in Kilimanjaro. That's the middle picture there with my husband. All of that is just another facet of my personality. Last but not least, on your right of the screen is a picture where I'm upside down in snow. And that's really depicting the yogi within me and the Vedanta or the Advaita Vedanta enthusiast within me. Now, when you look at all these pictures, they certainly don't seem like the same individual. However, as we all know, there's that one common element between you and me. And in this picture, or we are depicting that with Om. So, my quest is to really find who am I from that perspective. And that's the answer that I have gotten with all of my readings that I want to share with you as we move forward together in this journey. Now that we have gotten who am I out of the way, quickly, what is purpose of Arva Yoga and what is the purpose of this initiative? In order to kind of talk through that, a quick journey of on the timeline. I am a science student, but I started dabbling in the concepts of spirituality starting 2002, did a little bit of Upanishad self-study and was mesmerized and fascinated by the metaphysical concepts in these very ancient texts. As a result, ended up doing a foundation Vedanta certificate. In 2019, I had several stories that helped really shift my mindset and bring me to this amazing yoga teacher training journey that I just completed in 2020. And as a result, Arva Yoga was born. So really, it's bridging the knowledge base of Vedanta and yoga. Now, there was a personal incident that happened in 2020 that pushed me to start the initiative. And that happens to be the fact that my grandmom passed away on December 23rd, 2020. She was bedridden for 7 years of her life. Now, I truly believe that had it been for not taking care of her body in her 40s and 50s, as well as not uh, focusing on her health in that critical time frame led to this very sad few years of her life. So, given now that I understand the importance of yoga, I understand the importance of focusing on one's body in order to go through the journey of spiritual progression. What I want to share with you is the philosophy of yoga, which is rooted in our ancient texts of the Vedas and Upanishads. There is another talk that you can check out where I describe in detail the relationship between Vedanta and yoga and how practically you can apply it as you do your asanas and start progressing through that journey. So that's what I want to share with the world. And given that I'm so incredibly blessed to have a life and a job that pays the bills, Arva Yoga is a social yoga concept. That means that all classes on Arva Yoga are free, and Arva Yoga is a 501c3 organization as we move forward in 2021 and beyond. So, hopefully, that gives you a sense of the purpose behind this particular initiative. Now, to wrap up, how can you help? Well, first of all, you can visit arvayoga.org and sign up for a session yourself or share this initiative with a friend and colleague or colleague. So, who's the target audience for Arva Yoga? I have three groups that I have identified as a good target audience. The first is working professionals. That's my persona today. I'm a working professional. And if I were to say one statement that defines this group, it's no time. I just don't have time. Sitting in front of a computer all day, especially with COVID, the boundary between work and life has blurred to an extent that it isn't there anymore. So that's the working professional group. That's my first target audience. The second one is the caregivers to young kids and elderly parents. I was there 10 years ago. The sentence that defines this category is no money. Well, because you have two young kids, maybe childcare expenses, even if both adults are working, you just don't not only have the time, but you also don't have the money. Now, uh, it would have been nice if I had something like Arva Yoga as I look back 10 years ago, where I could really take that time for myself and take a class and not have to worry about paying for that class. So that's the second category. This category is especially important to me because caregivers, having seen my parents take care of my grandmom or having been a mother of young kids myself, you give so much of yourself to others' well being. So, here I want to give you an opportunity to take 45 minutes out of your schedule without having to worry about anything and take that class. So that's the second category. The last category is curious minds. Again, I was this curious mind early 2000s and was interested in physical exercise, and I had heard about yoga, and that's where my journey began, which has helped me tremendously. So I want to share that knowledge with you all. So with that, I want to summarize by saying it would be my honor if you are able to take a class, spread awareness, spread the knowledge, spread the fact that you can take a free class without having to worry about anything on arvayoga.org. And hopefully, this talk gave you a quick introduction of who I am and why I started this initiative. Now, to wrap, I'm going to leave you with three things. Again, reminder classes are always free, always. Second is donations are welcome and it will be tax deductible. I'm expecting 501c3 status to be established sometime end of March or early April timeframe. So look for that shortly. And last but not least, how do you book a class? You use the booking feature on the website. And if you download the app, it's really easy to do that as well. So Thank you so much for your time, and I hope we can all be focused on our wellness, mind, body, and soul. Thank you. Namaste.